We have a credit roll next, which looks like the crying eyes, the TT. And then we've got Come Back to Me. Interesting. Huh. Unless credit roll is something completely out of left field, I think I see the pieces. Credit roll.
When the credits roll, do you hang tight? Do you stay inside or go to life? I'm so grateful for everyone's time. Hope you all had such wonderful night. When the credits roll, do you hang tight? Do you stay inside or go to life? I'm so grateful for everyone's time. Hope you all had such wonderful night. When the credits roll, do you hang tight?
Oh, yo. When the credits roll, do you hang tight? A lot of you do. And you know how I know? Because when I do this, you sit there and you wait for me to do more shit. That's how I know. I mean, I love that, and I've trained you well. That's not a coincidence, my friends. It's not a coincidence. Yo, we just lost half the audience. They were like, oh, I guess he's done. I wasn't listening to him anyway. Oh, just turned on the sun. All right, that's too much. Okay, yo, let me get the lyrics. I got some thoughts here. Okay, credit roll. Just pretty straightforward. When the credits roll, do you hang tight? Do you stay inside or go off to life? I'm so grateful for everyone's time. I hope you had such a wonderful night. When the credits roll, do you hang tight? It's not over until it's over. That's right. And this is what's so smart about Junie. You would think that the credit roll would be the last one, but it's not. Because there's still more to the story. And sometimes the whole point, the highlight, is after you think it's over. You gotta hold tight. Just wait. It ain't over yet. Because then you end up with this. And you know what's coming next. That right there. You just saw it. I already pressed all the damn buttons. Okay? If you think the credits roll and you just let go, that's it. The story's over. The movie's done. The film is done. You just got to hang tight. And I think, now, who was it? Somebody was telling me the title track is lost. Is that right? The title track of the whole album is lost? Okay. This is significant. Now, we've already seen this. I mean, I've seen this, and a lot of the couch crew has seen this. We might have some first timers here. But this is significant, and I think it's extra significant because now we have a feel for the entirety of the album. And not only is this track, it's not just in the album, it's very specifically placed at this point, which is after the credits roll when you think it's over. No, it's not over. Because think about this. You can watch a 2-hour movie and you're there and your attention span might kind of go in and out depending on the movie. When the credits roll and they start to move and other parts come up, you start to pay attention, right? Oh, what's this? And you look, because you have to understand it. Why is this here? You know it's there for a reason. So you kind of pay extra attention to it. And that's why they put it in the credits. Now, sometimes it's outtakes and it's fun. Sometimes it's something completely big that they need you to see. Could be a whole plot point that you thought was unanswered, but they put it right there because they want you to see it. You perk up. So right here, the credits roll. You think it's done. Hey, I appreciate your time. I hope everybody had a good night. And the curtain closes. Bullshit. Because when that curtain opened back up, we right on Junie's face.
I told you I'm finding night, staying good. Spring's always been here. I will sleep in her eyes. Come back to me like you used to do. Be what you be. I will roll you to moon. I forgot the hour. I don't wanna know about the hour. I forgot the shower. 세수할 시간도 아까워. You don't have to be the anything you say. Try not to be, there's something in this say.
Yeah.
Come back to me like you used to. Now I could see what a life is about. I told you I'm fine tonight, stay good. Spring's always been here. I will sleep in her eyes. I see you come back to me. I see you come back to me. You are my pain divine.
Anchor bar. All right, let's take this off. We'll just kind of hang tight for a sec. Okay. Damn, we're not even halfway through the song yet. Ooh. All right, so we're gonna just do another minute and just keep an eye right here. I've already seen this, so I shouldn't be locked in like I've never seen the damn thing. Okay, here we go. You ready?
Forgot the hour. I don't wanna know about the hour. I forgot the shower. 세수할 시간도 아까워.
Okay, here we go. Got us again. Damn it. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go through the lyrics, and then we're going to finish the damn song. Okay? If I get cut off, just let me know. I told you I'm fine tonight. Staying good, spring always been here. I will sleep in her eyes. Come back to me like you used to. Be what you be. I will roll you to the moon. I forgot the hour. I don't want to know about the hour. I forgot to shower. Even washing my face feels like a waste of time. You don't have to be. You don't have to be the anything you see. Persona. You don't have to be anything you see. Trying not to be that something in this sea. Come back to me like you used to now. I can see what a life is about. I told you I'm fine tonight. Staying good. Spring has always been here. I will sleep in her eyes. I see you come back to me. You are my pain divine. Get to the divine. So fine. I see you come back to me. Okay, I forgot the hour. I don't want to know about the hour. I forgot to shower. Even washing my face feels like a waste of time. You don't have to be the anything you see. Trying not to be that something in the sea. I told you I'm fine tonight. Staying good. Spring's always been here. I will sleep in her eyes. You are my pain divine. I see you come back to me. Boy, we are really pushing it. You know we're not getting through this video, right? I wonder if I play it and I don't play the video. Let's try that. Now, by now, pretty much all of you have seen this video. If you haven't, you got to watch it. Okay, so just hang tight. Let me just kill this. I'm just going to play it, and we'll see if the audio sets it off. We'll just finish this bad boy up.
Go. You don't have to be. You don't have to be the anything you say. Try not to be. Try not to be. There's something in this sea. I told you I'm fine tonight, staying good. Spring's always been here. I will sleep in her eyes.
And they got us again. Damn it. All right. Thankfully, that's the end of that song. They can quit messing with us, space buttholes. Okay. Now I should be able to just show this damn picture without them freaking out. Right there. That should do it. Because this is essentially the final shot of the album, if you will. The final song, the final shot of the album. Come back to me. When we first watched this video, one of the things that I had said as a theory was that there's kind of a fourth wall break here. We have this whole scene that plays out with Junie and this guide, if you will. Again, are you serious, bro? What are you doing? Leave us alone. So exhausted. I should write an album. I'll call it Space Butthole. Okay. Man, leave us alone. Okay. Let's leave it at that. Matter of fact, I'm just take it off the damn screen. There we go. So, I showed you the shot of the breaking the fourth wall. We break out of the scene, go through the door, and then you get to see behind the curtain. You get to see all of the different sets, the different versions of each set. Because remember, some of them are different. We saw the baby's room where he was a baby, he was in the crib, but the configuration of the room was different, which leads me to believe it's not just one room. It's not one version of the room. There's different versions. So we could have a multiverse situation, different parallels, all kinds of stuff. But that being the last piece of the video and the last piece of the last song, I think that is the point of resolve. That is the resolution. I don't think that Junie is laying out a to be continued. I don't think that's what's happening. I think there's a realization that takes place. There's a piece that takes place where he goes through that door and he's free. He's outside the parameters. He's outside of this. I'm locked in this box. I go over there. I'm locked in this box and I go over there. And I just keep going from box to box to box until he finally gets to the point where he comes to this door and now he's free of all of it. He can kind of look from the outside in with a bigger understanding of that doesn't affect me anymore because I know the overall arc. I know the scheme of things. Yeah, I think there's a resolution there. I think there's a piece there. So if we take, oh man, that's so good. If we take the whole album and we map its trajectory, here's what I think Junie is saying, or he's expressing through these songs. Right people, wrong place. Nuts, out of love, domodachi. Dissonance, complexity, lots of dissonance, absolute freedom, almost out of control, frustration, anger. Mentions of karma. Okay. But I don't think it's necessarily directed. I think there's definitely a lost feeling there. Now, I know it's kind of a given because track 8 is lost, but that is the musical and lyrical expression of being lost and being frustrated, not knowing where to turn. Or I'm sick of the rules. Fuck the rules. I don't give a shit. Just let me be. Let me do what I want to do. I want to do music. Let me do music. Oh, I can't, I'm gonna. It's frustration. It's kind of an explosion of Junie. Now we get into track 5 is the question mark. That's kind of the paradigm shift that happens. And then 6 with groin, ironically, is where it starts to make sense again. He starts to make sense of his emotions, of his thoughts. He gains some structure. He starts to find his way. When we get into track 7, Heaven, It's continued structure, and there's a peace there. He starts to find some peace. As expected, when we get into track 8 with Lost, there is once again a reminder of the frustration. And it's so perfectly placed as the video because this is the moment where he doesn't want us to necessarily guess at what he's talking about. He wants to show us. So even though there's 11 tracks, we might only get, I don't know what, 4 music videos, maybe 5, but we're not going to get a music video for every single one. So he's got to choose them very, very specifically. So far, we have Come Back to Me. Whole bunch of stuff in there about what he's saying, what he wants to show us. Lost is the other one. There's no guessing to this. Now, we can theorize the nuances of Lost and the visuals that include that, but it's all in media. It's all on a show. It's on a stage. It's the loop that goes from the stage through the maze and then finally ends up back in the loop. And there's a frustration there. There's the facade, whether that's the facade of the industry or it's the facade of him trying to have this persona that works in every situation he can be put in. I think because it's a video, it's less open to interpretation. I think he wants us to, at the very least, understand this is why I'm so frustrated. That's my opinion. I think Lost is the why for the frustration. So we get the massive influx of madness and chaos and frustration again after we experience some peace in heaven. Now, when we get this real down-to-earth kind of like, oh, this is where I belong. This is how it's supposed to be. That is demonstrated in the next track, which is track 9, All Around the World in a Day. Music for the sake of music. Not numbers, not money, not goals, not charts. Music for the sake of music. It's down to the core. Remove the noise, remove the bullshit, back to music. And then one level deeper, it's about human connection. It's not just Junie. It's Junie and a feature. Beautiful voice, too. And it's not just Junie and a feature. There's also a choir of some sort. Human connection. There's a harmony there. There's not just a harmony musically, but there's a harmony into the fact that there's so many people involved in it. There are so many voices that are involved with it. I think the most beautiful moment of this entire album, in my opinion, is this track for that reason. Because it exemplifies music for the sake of music. The human connection, the human condition, and the fact that the beauty of us is in the diversity of us. We get the credit roll. Time will sort it out. Actually, no, I think the credit roll was credit roll Time Will Sort It Out? No, that was I'm So Grateful for Everyone's Time. When the credits roll, do you hang tight? So Time Will Sort It Out was from All Around the World. Got it. The credits roll, and then in perfect Junie fashion, you think it's over, it's not over. So just hold tight. Wait a minute. And then it's Come Back to Me. So there's still work that has to be done. It's not over. Just be patient and wait. There's still work that has to be done. And this is where I think Junie's realization takes place. This is where he is able to say, I have found the peace for myself. It might be temporary, but I think I found it. I was able to kind of deconstruct all of the noise that I was dealing with, and I think I feel right again. At least for the moment, I'm comfortable in my own skin. It's temporary, And I know this will change, but I think I have a better view of what's going on. Come Back to Me is a song about himself, the core of who he is, not who he is as an idol, not even who he is as a friend or a partner or a son or whatever, any role that you can put in that slot. It's him as a human being. And when he says, come back to me, I think it's really about him finding peace with himself. And in the line, he says something about how spring has always been here. And we talked about that in the first reaction, where the external has always been as it is, but how he reacts to that external is what has changed. We also see that visually in the two different versions of the party, where in the beginning, he's very dreary, he's very like drab, and this guy's drunk and he's smoking, he slaps his hand away, and it's very just kind of drag ass. But then we go back to the party in a different time frame, if you will, in a different version, and it's completely different because he's reacting differently. He's interacting differently with that external. So if Junie could explain this to you like you're 5, I feel like he would say, look around. Spring is here. It's always been here. You might feel like it's winter sometimes, and I do too. I go through my winters. I sit in the snow, but spring is always here. And you have to see that. That would be my guess. He's really strategic with how he put this album together. And it's not a coincidence, I don't think, that after the credits roll and you think it's over is when the most important lesson happens. Musically, this album is all over the place. And I love that. And I love that for the reasons that I think it expresses. I'm not necessarily going to bop along to some of these songs because I like the beat, because the beat doesn't exist. This shit is chaos. But this to me is like Mono, but from a struggling standpoint, from a frustration standpoint. If Mono is, and I'm not saying this is the way, or this is even accurate. If Mono is depression and Indigo is collaboration, I'm not saying they're all emotions, but collaboration, and even an evolution there musically, there's an evolution there. Then Right Place, Wrong Person would be frustration. It would be anger. But there's a resolution there, and I think that's kind of the point. You notice the whole album is not just anger. It's not just a bitch fest at other people or other things or events. He can have the occasional diss in there, but you notice he tracks that anger and all of those emotions. Even if they don't make sense to him, he goes all the way through those emotions and tries to make sense of them until he finds a way that works for him. They might not be the right answers. They might not even be like long-lasting answers, but they work for right now. Because we evolve. Nothing is going to be the way that it always going to be. It doesn't work that way. Because we're evolutionary creatures. We evolve. It's one of the greatest gifts that we have. So once again, Junie nails it out of the park with another level of evolution. Right place, wrong person. I hope you enjoyed this album, and I hope you enjoyed us breaking this down and tearing it apart for 3 damn hours.